So there's this YouTube channel called DKOldies. DKOldies is a video game console online shop that you can buy retro consoles and some of the newer stuff too. Unfortunately, there's a lot of controversy surrounding DKOldies right now. I became one of those people that just watch DKOldies every single time they uploaded. I just want to give my thoughts on what I think of what's going on. So to give you some background, DKOldies has been accused of having astronomical prices and have been getting knocked for it pretty hard. The other problem is they have been sending out consoles that have been not completely refurbished when on their website, and they will tell you straight up on YouTube that they have been refurbished. So as a business owner, as a game console repair technician, laptops, cell phones, tablets, all that good stuff, I'm going to tell you my honest opinion about the situation. So when it comes to astronomical pricing, every area of the world has different prices for different things. So if you live in a more wealthy area, you might have customers that are willing to spend more money, or you'll have your shop that requires a lot more overhead, so you have to charge a little bit higher pricing. Sometimes that type of thing happens in business. So this is how I gauge how I set my prices for refurbishing and repair. Based off of the area that I'm in, I have multiple other repair shops that are competitors. And so we kind of go based off of the same price, essentially. So we charge a set price, and they charge a set price, so the customer can gauge where they want to go based off of that. So if I charge a much higher price, the customer more than likely won't come to me. So I have to be somewhat competitive in that way for that reason. So for instance, if I had a PS5 come in that needs an HDMI port replaced, and I charge $250 to $300 when everyone around me is charging $150, I just probably won't have any customers. I'm not saying that those prices aren't good. It's a rare console. You can charge whatever you want. You are the business owner. You will make those decisions, and I won't call you a scam because of it. If you have to pay your shop overhead and it's expensive where you're at, by all means, charge what you need to charge. But I think the real issue here is you have multiple YouTubers like Jacob R and Review Tech USA that have both bought consoles from DKOldies that are not fully refurbished. I think there's several different ways that you can look at refurbishing. Whether you look at refurbishing as taking the device and cleaning it with some isopropyl alcohol, a Q-tip, and maybe a toothbrush or something. Or if your refurbishing involves you taking the device apart, cleaning it all out, replacing the thermal paste and thermal pads like I do. Or if you go even more in depth with your refurbishing, maybe on an older game console, like maybe I know a Game Gear that you have to change the capacitors in the Game Gears many times because they just go bad over time. You'll have to do something like that. But in all honesty, the way that I see refurbishing is you clean the device on the outside. You also take the device apart, clean the inside, maybe replace the thermal paste and thermal pads. I think that's the best way of refurbishing something. If you're going to call something refurbished, that's probably what you should do. So just based off of the evidence that I've seen from these other YouTubers, I think it would be best maybe if DKOldies were to step it up a notch and release a video apologizing for the mishandle of the situation instead of just doing damage control. Because if people are paying an astronomical price and you're claiming something is refurbished, at least give a list of what you're actually doing, because I think that would be best for the consumer and best for your business model. The way I see it, it's best if you're transparent with your customers. It's best if you're transparent with your audience, the best that you can be. I want you guys to know that I'm being transparent. I want my repairs to be transparent. You can check out my YouTube channel. I have many devices that I fix, and you can see my work on there. With all this said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think the best thing for DKOldies right now would be maybe to release an apology, or maybe like a list of things that they actually do to their devices, so that we can actually gauge that. But to be honest, I wouldn't knock them for their prices. Listen, people can charge whatever they want. Just let them charge it. I don't necessarily consider it a ripoff because I understand how business goes. But then again, let me know what you guys think. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing.